Why don't NASCAR teams have mascots? Because we'd probably cover them up with a sponsor like FedEx or Bass Pro Shops. I'm Matt Faulkner, and this is Overtime. From almost the beginning of time in NASCAR, NASCAR cars have been driven by corporate sponsorship. Now there was a time, I guess in the very beginning, where the only stickers you saw on NASCAR cars were their number, and maybe it was common to put like how many cubic inches the engine was. But shortly after this time period, the need for sponsorship to help fund the teams to go faster came into play, and teams started to look for sponsors to put their name on the car, to give money to the team so they could develop further than their competitors. Now the first sponsors in cars were mostly car parts, and that was fitting because those car parts went to those cars to make them faster, and the same car parts could go on your car on the street to make it faster too. So it was a great marketing fit, and that was the beginning of NASCAR sponsorship. As the sport evolved and sponsorships grew, we started to see not only the car sponsorships, but also other sponsorships, other brands. Throughout the 80s, it was real popular for beer sponsors and tobacco sponsors to be in. And then through the 80s and 90s, we started to see, I think one of the first corporate sponsorships that was really kind of a off-car or beer tobacco brand was Tide. When Darrell showed up with the Tide car, it was the first time like sort of a regular everyday product that wasn't a car part showed up in NASCAR. The drive or the reason for sponsorships in NASCAR all center around going fast. If you have more money coming into your team, typically you're able to develop at a greater rate or develop more than your competitor, and your car should be faster. So throughout the history of NASCAR, teams have hunted for more sponsorship money to bring that in, to hire better people, to test more, to do further wind tunnel development, do all sorts of things that make the car faster. And this is the primary reason behind having sponsorship on the car. This week we actually have a special guest who knows a lot about sponsorship. It's Dave Alpern. He's the president of Joe Gibbs Racing, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about sponsorships.
Thanks, Matt. So in most professional sports, sponsorship is a nice to have, but in NASCAR, sponsorship is a have to have. In order for us to compete and win, we have to have corporate sponsorship. It's great though if you happen to be one of the brands on our car, because since such a significant portion of our revenue comes from sponsorship, that amount of attention goes towards making sure the sponsorship is working for the brand. First of all, a sponsor in NASCAR becomes the actual identity of the team. Denny Hamlin, the FedEx Camry, Martin Truex Jr., the Bass Pro Shops Camry. On top of that, we have a 38-week season, which means for 9 months out of the year, sponsors have a huge audience every week, both at the racetrack and on television. As a matter of fact, our audiences are second only to the NFL in the number of viewers who watch each of our events. So our sponsors have a very long season that they can either bring customers to the racetrack or have their brand on TV during our races. Speaking of that, there is no such thing as a cookie-cutter sponsorship. Every one of our partners has a different objective for being in NASCAR. We're actually coming up with business solutions for brands. We're creating an entire marketing platform, and there are a lot of objectives that are different for each sponsor. For example, one brand, it may be bringing customers to the racetrack. That's a big deal. For another brand, it may be B2B, that they want to do business with all the other companies that we work with. Other brands, they just want the branding exposure and they want their color on a car so the fans in the stands and on TV can see it and go out and buy their product. It's different for all of them, and one of the things we do here is we sit down with brands and come up with solutions that best meet their needs. Each sponsor defines success differently and hopefully leads to a long-term partnership. From time to time, a brand who has a great sponsorship in NASCAR chooses to maybe move their dollars somewhere else and do something different, and we understand that. But we pride ourselves in the fact that our average sponsorship has lasted a decade, which in the world of sponsorships is very high, which is a testament to our fans, to our drivers and our teams, and to our great sport, and we're really proud of that. And some sponsors, like Interstate Batteries, have been here over 3 decades since the very beginning.
Thanks for the insight, Dave. Now hopefully we understand a little bit more about the importance of sponsorship in NASCAR, the reason sponsorships have changed from no sponsor in the beginning to car parts to other brands today, the fact that a sponsorship can make or break your performance on the car. The more sponsorship you have, the more you can develop the car, the better people you can hire, and the sponsor can also impact the specific driver that you have driving the car. So hopefully this helps make some more sense on what goes into the specific sponsor negotiations and what helps make those decisions.